perspective, people? Welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be talking about some of the concerns that we all really should have regarding Marvel and its future, especially with the success that Guardians 3 just had. And, guess who's at the helm of that? It is James Gunn, and he is leaving MCU to go ahead and join DC and start doing his stuff there. And that concerns me, man, because we haven't had the best of luck with all these Marvel movies until this one, which is now shattering records. But before we get into any of that, just wanted to go ahead and casually remind you guys, negativity is all around the world. Let's go ahead and do our part in spreading the positivity first. And then, of course, stop the hate, spread the love, because that's all we can really do for each other for free. It doesn't cost anything except your personal care. And now, for the video, James Gunn had performed an interview, and in this interview that's uploaded on YouTube by The Wrap, he talks about some of the big plans he had for the MCU. Now, for those that do not know, James Gunn has been involved with pretty much every Avengers movie as a producer, or at least letting people know where the story is going to go. He's been an accomplice, basically, to Kevin Feige for a while now, and it is no coincidence that ever since he's left Marvel to really focus on DC, Marvel has kind of lost its direction, right? Like, you could tell from all the movies that have come out. In fact, Guardians 3 was originally, if you remember, was originally going to be the ones that sets up the future stages of Marvel, because it was going to go ahead and bring the cosmic side out, and, we would go ahead and basically from there it would go into the Secret Invasion angle. But with everything switching around now, everything seems kind of lost, right? The movies haven't particularly been great, and now with James Gunn Marvel 3, which is great, is breaking all the records, but it's like, okay, we got that Marvel formula back, but it was temporary because now it's going to be gone again. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and watch this video and share our personal thoughts after.
I was consulting on everything, but I was only, to be completely honest, I was consulting on all the Marvel movies. So Kevin would send me the script for, Spider-Man, and I'd give my notes. He'd send me the script for Doctor Strange and Captain Marvel, and I'd give notes on all those scripts. So and
now Kevin doesn't have that,
And as somebody who was a part of the team, was a team player. So it was never. And then the cosmic universe, there's a lot of things that I was creating and
what could have been
for the rest of the cosmic universe. We both had respect and success in this industry. He was on a show, I'd made, written 3 #1 movies and directed a couple of movies, but this was really where just somehow we got into the zeitgeist, and it really, we both did the thing that, we were born to do, and I think it just worked really well, and I've got to enjoy it.
But see, that's also like I was saying, that's the scary thing, man. Kevin Feige was able to have this running mate with them, make sure everything is good, and when you have good feedback from good people, it produces good products. And he clearly doesn't have that anymore, which is scary. And it shows, proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, it's been over 10 years, and I haven't had to audition for anything.
Yeah, I've never really, I haven't really had to pitch anything. I just kind of say what I want to do, and then give it to me.
These movies take a good chunk of your time, and I'm also a family man, and so between the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Jurassic World trilogy, which Colin had offered to me that I didn't audition for, that's a big chunk of time. Yeah. I'm not saying I wouldn't audition, and then I'd be happy to put myself on tape for something moving forward if it was the right thing that I really loved, a great filmmaker and a great story. But I didn't have to. So does it take the weight off your shoulders? It does, but it also adds a different kind of weight, because at least if you audition for something and get the role, you've proven to them and to yourself that you're the right guy. Whereas if you are just offered something, it's an interesting dynamic, and it's a great place to be, but you don't hear.
And I'm also using I don't think he's saying anything important here for us, but I'm also using the default voice on this just because a few of my videos in the past have gotten copyright claim. I'll go ahead and try my luck in a different way next time, but at least for this video, I'm using the video that's coming off, or I'm sorry, the audio that's coming off of my laptop.
Whereas like Star-Lord we auditioned probably 300 people for the role.
Goddamn.
And then we got to Chris, and we're like, oh, he's the right guy. So, like, you know he's the right guy. You know, the only
Just
person
like
that
he knows who Superman is.
Which was Zoe, who ended up being perfect.
I'm excited.
But it doesn't always go that way.
Very excited. Well, okay, well, I should have just stopped the video like in the first 10, 20 seconds. But yeah, that right there is coming from not someone that's just writing about what he's heard or she's heard or what they assume, what they think. No, that's coming straight out of James Gunn's mouth, that he was Kevin Feige's right-hand man, making sure that everything that Feige was setting up makes sense. Especially with James Gunn, who's a big comic book nerd, you kind of need that. You kind of need to make sure that everything is coherent, that everything works, because it's already worked in the comics, right? So, I mean, his departure is being felt. You've been feeling it. We've all been feeling it the entire Phase 4, and I don't even know if this is Phase 5 yet. I don't know anything about it, right? And when you watch Guardians 3, you feel like you have the original Marvel type of movie back, which is probably why it's breaking all these records. People are just happy to finally see a good Marvel movie. And that shows that the market is still there, but Disney, I don't know what direction they're really going, to be quite honest with you. I don't know where Marvel is going. They're giving into all of this, woke bullshit. They're giving into basically everything that the loud minorities trying to yell at. But they're ignoring what made the MCU, right? And people like James Gunn are needed when it comes to these types of decisions. And I, for one, am just, on the plus side, that just makes me 10 times more excited for the future of DCU, because, before we would go ahead and say, oh yeah, James was responsible for this, but now we know just how important he was to the making of the MCU, and now that brain, that big old brain, is now with DCU, man, that makes me 10 times more excited for not just Superman, but the entire thing that he has planned out. Because damn well sure he's had everything planned out. I know they say they've got the next 10 years on lockdown, but seeing how James Gunn is, seeing how much of a nerd he is, I think he's already potentially even further than that, right? And it's just not official. He's probably already got these different scenarios in his head, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to The Flash, seeing that and the Snyder side, and then looks like Blue Beetle, and then Creature Commandos, which he's already confirmed that they've started doing the voice acting for, or the voice work for. So whenever that's coming out, I would assume that's probably going to come out in 2024, possibly end of this year, actually 2023. That makes sense too, but I would think that he would probably want some projects to be in 2024. We already have Blue Beetle, we already have Aquaman, we have already all this. Whether or not it's part of DCU, it doesn't matter, but there's content, and there's no content for 2024. There's nothing in 2024, so it makes sense that he would have released his animated projects in 2024 and then 2025. But anyways, that's DCU talk for different videos. This is primarily about the cause of concern we should have for the MCU. What are your thoughts? What do you think MCU should do next? How do you think they're really going to go ahead and progress from this? Because Disney's in all kinds of shit right now, whether it's Jonathan Majors or the fact that they're losing subscribers, they're losing money. MCU is going on the downhill kind of, I'm sure Guardians 3 kind of made it go up again, but we all know James Gunn is out, and possibly for the unknown future, and that is scary, man. I really do hope that MCU can go ahead and survive this and make a comeback, because you kind of need competition. Anytime there is competition, the consumers win. So, yeah. What are your thoughts about this concern? What are your thoughts about this subject matter in general? Whatever it is, sound off in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you all have a great one.